Hi there, Siegfried Trent back once again with the What Do I Think video series. And today's question is, how do you make a living while traveling full-time? And this question comes from Amy. Thanks for the question, Amy. Much appreciated. Okay, well, let's see. This is a question we do get asked pretty often because Ann and I have been traveling for about 5 years now. We started back in, what would that be, 2015, 2016 or so. And I was between jobs, and I said to my wife, hey, you always wanted to do a lot of traveling. What do you say we just kind of take off and go traveling full time? Crazy idea, but we made it happen. We were pretty excited about it. So let me tell you how we've done that. So for 3 years, we traveled around to America in an Airstream travel trailer. And then for 2 years, I've been living here in Japan. And the way we make money has not always been the same. For starters, a lot of what's allowed us to do this is 24 years as a software engineer. I made quite a bit of money during that time. I saved a fair amount of money. I also had a house that was worth quite a bit, so we sold our house. We sold almost everything that we owned, all our furniture and games and just the things that I built up over 20 years of being an adult. All that went away and went into the bank account. And so that's a big part of how we're able to pay for it all, is I had a lot of money in the bank. Now, we spent a lot of money on the Airstream and some other things, but insurance and stuff like that. And as time went on, the bank account goes lower. It's a lot smaller than it used to be. But we've also gotten a lot better at making money and at spending less money as we travel around. So let's see, how am I actually making money? I do odd jobs as I travel. So I've had a number of different work opportunities as I move around. I've cleaned toilets at rest stops where we stay as travelers in our Airstream. And done other things, clean the pool and do maintenance, stuff like that. And sometimes you get to stay for free doing that. Sometimes they pay you a little bit of money doing maintenance, sign painting, all kinds of odd jobs like that. I worked at Broken Token, which makes board game kits, and they cut them out of wood pieces on laser machines. I was a laser machine operator there for a little while when I was staying in California. Here in Japan, I teach English to Japanese people. So business people and hobbyists and housewives and students and all kinds of different people. I teach them conversational English in a kind of informalized one-on-one setting. So that's my job in Japan, and that's paid for most of our time while I've been here. Also, our websites make a little bit of money. Trailandhitch.com is our Traveling America website. The articles about Airstream maintenance, buying Airstreams, are they worth the price? Tips about towing them. Those are pretty popular, and we make a very small but constant stream of income from that website. We make just a tiny bit of income from some of the other websites that we have going. I've got a Japanese website, now I've got my gaming website. We do affiliate marketing, which means you'll see links for Amazon products or things like that. If you click on them and then you buy something, the product that we advertise or something else within like 24 hours, then we make a little bit of money off of that sale. So it's kind of a nice way because it allows me to earnestly just promote products I think are interesting or valuable, stuff that people might want to buy. So I like that kind of in-stream stream pretty well. It doesn't make huge money, but it makes a little bit, and it's pretty steady, which is nice. I also make some money as a freelance writer. I do marketing writing lately. For the last couple of years, I've been writing for rural hospitals in America, and been pretty busy during the COVID time. Writing articles about COVID-19 and things like that for hospitals to market to their customers. But I've done other kinds of freelance writing as well. I wrote for some games. Unfortunately, none of those games ever got published. So it goes. I also write my own games, and I sell those, and I make a little bit of money. I've made some money selling strategy guides and all kinds of different things. So little bits here and there. Of course, now I've got kind of my new business, which is Sig Trent Plays Games, and so I'm live streaming gaming. And I've got a Patreon account and all that. I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video. All right, the most important thing, though, and really, in a sense, the biggest source of income is living cheap. So living on the road is probably less expensive than you might think. That's because you don't have a mortgage back home, and you don't have property insurance, and you don't have quite so many taxes, and you're not paying sales tax most of the time. And so your expenses are really quite low because you don't have that overhead. Also, I cleared all my debts, every last debt that I had before I hit the road, so I owe nobody anything. And that really makes a big difference, and it gives you a lot more freedom, financial freedom, to kind of be maneuverable and to do the things you want to do. If you don't have these payments you have to make, or you lose something, right? I have nothing to lose. and so I don't have to pay anybody money for that security, so that's really nice as well. We just have a low upkeep on our lifestyle, and we value experience over things, so I don't buy a lot of stuff. I'm a pretty terrible person to show commercials to. Now, I have a fair amount of technical equipment and computer stuff, but I don't buy a lot of new stuff unless I absolutely need it, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. And we cook at home most of the time, or in the trailer, wherever we happen to be, so we don't eat out fancy meals all that often. Pretty frugal about these things. I don't have very many clothes. I think I've got like 2 plates and 4 forks. We just don't keep a lot of stuff. I usually have like 1 chair. I sleep on a mattress on the floor, generally speaking. I find it pretty comfortable. So there's a lot of material minimalism going on. Now, we spend money traveling. That costs quite a bit, of course. And there are expenses. Every time you move around, you have to pay a bunch of money. And so it's not a free lifestyle, and there are extra expenses. But generally speaking, we keep it on the cheap. We live a simple, a little bit almost Spartan lifestyle to enable these travel experiences, right? So that, I think, covers most of it. Now, like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit. It is possible for you to help me out, to help us out and continue our traveling lifestyle. You can do this by joining our Patreon service. So for like $3 a month, you can kind of support us. You can support the Sig Trent Plays Games brand. And you can kind of tell us things like what you'd like to see. We have like a higher level membership that you can do if you want to get postcards from wherever we travel to and stuff like that. Most of the extra money kind of goes into the expense of sending the postcards and the time it takes to do that. But it's there if people want to participate in the travel and journeys. Also, if you like games, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can subscribe to the Facebook channel, Sig Trent Plays Games, or the Sig Trent Plays Games Twitch channel. These things give me a little small boost of income, which is nice too. So these are all ways that you can help support traveling on the road. Eventually, I'll have some more products to buy, and people can buy my products, and that helps out too. Anyway, that's about it. If you have any specific questions, you're welcome to post them down below, and I'm happy to answer. I'm happy to talk about my own finances and money. That's not a big deal for me. So if you want to know anything, happy to tell you. All right. Well, I think that's it for now. Have a good one out there. Bye-bye.